Hello guys, ComicHistories here, and today we're going to be exploring the comic book origins of Edward Nigma, aka the Riddler. Known for his purple domino mask and green question mark covered costume, either as a skin-tight catsuit or a business suit and bowler hat and its special question mark shaped cane, the Riddler is obsessed with riddles, puzzles, and word games. He delights in forewarning police and Batman of his capers by sending them complex clues. Like most Batman villains, the Riddler has become a darker, more three-dimensional character in recent years, whereas he was once portrayed as a playful but sane criminal trickster. He is now the victim of an intense obsessive compulsion. This was first introduced in the 1966 issue of Batman titled The Riddle-less Robberies of the Riddler, in which he tried to refrain from leaving a riddle but failed. This compulsion has been a recurring theme, albeit with a darker edge, as shown in the 1999 issue of Batman Gotham Adventures, in which he tried to commit a crime without leaving a riddle, but fails. You don't understand. I really didn't want to leave you any clues. I really planned never to go back to Arkham Asylum, but I left you a clue anyway, so I have to go back there because I might need help. I might actually be crazy. The Riddler was quoted saying that. The Riddler was popularized by Frank Gorshin's over-the-top Emmy-nominated portrayal in the 1960s Batman television series. Jim Carrey played the Riddler in the 1995 film Batman Forever with Gorshin as his inspiration, although the concurrent Batman the Animated Series preferred to show the character as a calmer, intellectual egotist, more obsessed with proving his own cleverness than in creating puzzles. In the current animated series, The Batman, the Riddler is presented in a sinister and gothic fashion with a love of crime and a taste for computer hacking. Edward Nigma discovered puzzles when he was a young boy, and he gradually incorporated them into his criminal career. Issue number 2 of Justice by Alex Ross suggests that his father physically abused him, which left him with the compulsion to tell the truth, materializing through the telling of riddles, as well as a desire to prove his superiority by outwitting everyone around him. The Riddler's criminal modus operandi is so deeply ingrained into his personality that he's virtually powerless to stop himself from acting it out. He cannot simply kill his opponent when he has the upper hand. He has to put them in a death trap to see if he can devise a life-and-death intellectual challenge that the hero cannot solve and escape. However, unlike many of Batman's themed enemies, the Riddler compulsion is quite flexible, allowing him to commit any crime as long as he can describe it in a riddle or puzzle. He often has two female assistants named Query and Eco. In Batman's Secret Origins special, Riddler proclaimed that he had 4 henchmen named Mark, and Mark. Sometimes he is shown to drive a Riddler-mobile and a green car with question marks on the license plate. Riddler also often carries a trick question mark shaped cane. The Riddler's compulsion stems from parental abuse that he endured as a child. After Edward got high scores on some important tests in school, his father, unable to grasp the fact that his son was brilliant and believing that he cheated, beat him out of envy. This, in theory, left him with a strong internal desire to tell the truth and prove his innocence. This desire manifested itself in the form of obsession with riddles. His madness, as well as his descent into crime in general, may also have roots in a yearning to rise above the anonymity that he possessed in his youth. As Edward grew older, he opened a crooked carnival booth involving a diabolical puzzle. The customers would compete to solve the puzzle for prize money, but if they had failed to do so, they would have to pay Nigma a small fee for competing. In every case, Edward rigged the puzzle in advance to ensure that the customer would always fail. Unsatisfied with the small pickings of the booth, he closed the carnival attraction, and confident Edward announced to himself that he was clever enough to use his wits for crime and baffle the upholders of law. He concluded he would commit puzzling crimes and always fix the duel of wits between him and the law so he would always win. Donning the green costume covered with question marks, he turned to crime and set out to achieve infamy as the Riddler. At first, the Riddler proved initially successful, launching a crime wave across Gotham City. Batman soon deduced that the new villain was leaving baffling clues for the law in advance of each crime and began acting on the clues to thwart the Riddler's puzzling crime. although Nigma swiftly evades capture again and again. By the time 2 months had passed, the Riddler made it clear he had indeed survived his fall and resumed his criminal wave, robbing cash prizes from a nationwide puzzle contest. The Prince of Puzzlers was finally apprehended when he gave the citizens of Gotham City a charade clue which he anticipated would draw huge crowds to the Gotham Museum, where Nigma planned to steal some Egyptian artifacts and escape in the crowd. However, he was thwarted when Batman and Robin arrived and captured him before he could make his getaway. After being paroled from prison, the Riddler returned, and wishing for all of Batman's attention, helped the Dark Knight solve his latest case and apprehended criminals he has been preoccupied with chasing. Now, with Batman's full-time attention, the Riddler sent him a puzzling riddle which convinced Batman that the criminal was out to rob a flawless black pearl from a Gotham millionaire. Batman and Robin seized the Riddler with the pearl, only to learn he had lawfully purchased it with his own money. Later arrested the Riddler as he fled an art gallery with priceless relic. Batman was shocked to learn the villain had lawfully inherited from his uncle. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also do the same if you are a huge fan of the Riddler. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.